Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Awakened Healings with Jess, and I'm here to give you your weekly healing energy report. This is a general reading for the collective, so please take what resonates with you and just leave behind what does not. But yeah, so some interesting things going on. Last Wednesday was really significant. We had the full moon in Libra. It was the start of the spring equinox. So spring is here, yay. And also the sun moved into Aries. So it is now Aries season. So happy birthday, Aries, to all of you who are celebrating within this time period. Something also to keep in mind is that Mercury still is in retrograde, but it is the tail end of the retrograde. So just what Mercury retrograde has been doing for many of us is that it's been showing us elements in our lives that need to be either transitioned out or perhaps transitioned in. But it has allowed us to see things a little bit more clearly, and it was softened with the Piscean energy. So very watery energy, associated with it, which is interesting because, Mercury has a lot of fire, a lot of quick action, quick determination type energy. And when it's, coupled with the watery, ethereal, go with the flow, Piscean energy, it had a different effect on it. A lot of people are talking about how, I can't take that. A lot of people are talking about how, they were really, in their emotions this time around. It helped them sort of see things a little bit clearly, but from a softer perspective. And yeah, it's had some cool things. This Mercury retrograde, coupled with Pisces, has been really interesting. I don't know about you all, but I have really been in my feels these past few weeks. The Pisces energy, the retrograde, the full moon. Particularly last week, a lot, it really did a lot for me. It brought up a lot of emotions and things that had been, buried deep inside that I haven't really thought about. So for me, it had a cleansing effect. Because of that, and I'm also a Pisces, so, I feel like I was very watery. So to help keep me grounded this time, I've got my crystals here. I've got a really beautiful rose quartz, which is one of my favorites, shape of a skull, which I really like. And I have an amazing quartz pyramid. And what I like about that is that since it's a pyramid, it has a four-cornered base. So for me, this represents stability and solidity within myself. And since it's sort of a pyramid, we do have the trine, the mind, body, and spirit represented. So I really love this crystal. So I'm keeping it next to me just to help me stay grounded, because this week I really needed it. I have this ginormous rose quartz also next to me. I have a candle that's lit. I'll bring it into the foreground just to sort of represent the fire energy and to sort of give a head nod, to the fact that we're in Aries season. So I'm trying to not be so watery this time around and really ground myself with the other elements. In fact, yesterday I took a stroll out in nature because I really needed to tap into my earth energy, and got some cool things, from it. It really helped me ground myself and center myself, and exactly what I needed. So the Libra full moon, let's talk about that. So Libra full moons, again, we had one last week. We're going to have a second full moon in Libra in April. So this is something that's very rare. The one that we had last week was 0 degrees. The one that we're having in April is at 29 degrees. So what does that mean? That means that Libra is going to help us balance our relationships. It's going to help us get clear with our relationships. Libra is represented with the scales. So maybe you have something that's going on in your life that is tipping too far to one side or tipping too far to the other. So Libra, within this moon cycle, is really going to help you determine who or what in your life will actually make the cut. So it's going to get interesting. It's going to get real interesting. So I'm curious to see how all of this works out for you all within the next moon cycle. Who gets to stay and who gets to go. So, but again, Libra is all about community. It is all about helping people out. It's about justice. It's also about balance. So harness this energy to get clear and to really help you move through your goals and plans and intentions into the next phase, and also clear out what no longer serves you. Okay, so to get started with your reading, what I'm doing, this is a general reading again for the collective. It's a healing energy message. I pulled a 5-card spread. I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm starting first with the tarot cards. This is the Osho Zen Tarot, and then I'm going to move on to the Untamed Oracle Truth. That will be followed by the Shamanic Oracle deck. For those of you who aren't aware, I am a practicing shaman, so I do like to bring that shamanic healing message to all of you. So that's why I keep it in. I don't want to start off with it because I think it might have been creating some confusion. But I think if we have the tarot first, overlaid with the shamanic medicine or the invitations that's going to bring, I think it'll be a really nice message for you all. Okay, 5-card spread. Okay, so we got something interesting here. Bottom of the deck is slowing down, okay? So I think right now is maybe some of us are feeling frenzied with all the changes that are occurring in our lives, and maybe the Libra full moon is starting to move some people out, move some opportunities out, or move some things that are no longer serving us out. So at the center of this spread is the card that represents you, and it is the fighting card, okay? So what this means is, also it came up reversed, so that means we are struggling within ourselves. It's internal struggle. Many of us are up-leveling right now. Many of us are really taking a deep look at who we are, where we are in our lives, who's in our lives, what is it that we're trying to call into our lives. And maybe it is creating a type of struggle for it, or for us. But, it's always good to just sort of look at what the struggle is. Is it something that is being created by you? Or is it something external that is creating an obstacle? The way I see it is, well, the fighting card, this is part of the suit of clouds. And clouds in this deck are synonymous with the swords in the regular tarot deck. And swords govern thought, spirituality, communication. So you could be struggling with your up-leveling. This could be causing problems within your personal relationships, and it could be friends, it could be colleagues. Doesn't have to always be romantic, but maybe your up-leveling is causing people to react differently towards you. It's kind of like when some of us go on a massive weight loss journey, and we have this massive success, and people are rooting us on in our journey. It's like, yeah, keep going, you're doing great, blah blah blah, you're looking fantastic. Wow, I wish I could be you. I wish I could be in your shoes. I think this is what's happening here, is that you are up-leveling, and you are up-leveling yourself, but you're also up-leveling your status in life. Maybe you're opening a new business. Maybe you're launching a new career. Maybe you're finding a new circle of friends based upon whatever it is that you're trying to fix or up-level within yourself. Maybe it is a weight loss program. Maybe it's maybe you're doing something creative for the first time, and it's making people feel like, oh my God, wow, look at her. She's going out there and doing it. Why aren't I doing that? So it can be creating a lot of conflict, but I feel like the conflict here is mostly within yourselves. So, just know that you are doing what it is that you are meant to be doing right now. You are meant to up-level, and many of you are starting the new businesses, starting the new creative endeavors, And, there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period. So just take it in stride. Try not to take it personally. You're creating changes around you. And when you create big change, this is energy that you're also projecting. It does have a ripple effect. And some of those ripples will impact people differently. So just be gentle with yourself. Also be gentle with, the people who are in conflict with you. I would be very careful with having a crucial conversation at this time, only because we're still in Mercury retrograde, and we have just now entered the Aries season, which is fire sign. So Mercury retrograde is supposed to end on the 28th. So that is what? Saturday? So sort of see how things are settling into themselves by the weekend, and maybe see how it's working with the Aries fire energy, and see how you want to approach that conversation. So your internal influence is consciousness. So when consciousness appears, this is the Ace of Clouds. So think of it almost like the Ace of Swords in the regular tarot deck. Consciousness comes in to remind us to, again, go internal, get still with ourselves, get clear with our thoughts, and not really listen to our minds, right? Because it's usually our minds and our thoughts that tend to make us feel stuck. They tend to bring confusion. They create obstacles, or they create problems that aren't really there. And because these two cards are in the clouds, which means in the swords for the regular tarot, means that it's right now in our minds. So consciousness reminds us to go deep within, look in our hearts, look in our souls, and allow ourselves to be guided from our hearts and our souls, because that's who we really are. If we listen to a lot of our thoughts, that's all pre-programmed, and that's external to us. That's pre-programming from societal expectations, other people's opinions of ourselves or how we should be, things like that. So I think that if you're able to really, step inside and, meditate, journal, do some deep thinking, get inside yourself, open up your heart, you're going to find the answers that you need. And I think it will solve a lot of this fighting or this conflict. I don't like the word fighting, but I'm going to choose the word conflict that you're experiencing right now. So what's also happening is we have projections. This came up last week also when I did it was a divine feminine, divine masculine reading for the spring equinox. But projections is it's the 7 of water. And it could also be equated to the 7 of cups in the regular tarot deck. But what projections comes in to let us know is that maybe we're not seeing the situation clearly. So we have a man and a woman who are looking at each other, and back in the foreground or back in the distance is who they really are, but they are projecting a persona towards one another. So I feel like this card is coming in saying, all right, don't be afraid to show who you are. Don't be afraid to show up and say, you know what? This is who I am now. You all knew me as, so-and-so who used to do this, or this used to be my life. But that is no longer serving me right now. And I've done a lot of work on myself, a lot of shadow work, a lot of healing, a lot of spiritual work, a lot of spiritual up-leveling that has brought me into a new level of being. And, this fake person or this person is no longer who I am. And I need to emerge to show you my truth. So, go with it. Allow yourselves to step forward and to be authentic. Don't be afraid, because all this is in divine timing and you are divinely guided right now. And, we've had some pretty impactful supermoons for the past 3 months. And we just had our last supermoon last week on Wednesday. It was the full moon in Libra. We're going to have a second full moon in Libra in April. And like I said, this is about assessing who really is in your life for you, who is really here to truly support you. in all aspects of your life, you know. So don't feel like you have to fake it anymore. Don't feel like you have to hide anymore. The Libra full moon, the Libra energy, coupled with the Aries energy, is going to help you decide who gets to stay in your life and who needs to go. So it really is going to be sort of a who gets to make the cut type situation, you know, come the next full moon. So we've got a full moon cycle to work through that, but just kind of keep that in mind. So coming out of this, we have the stress card, the 7 of fire. So many of us right now are very busy bringing our plans and intentions into the 3D. Many of us are juggling a lot of things right now. It could be family, it could be social life, it could be work, it could be side projects. But I feel like all of us right now are really energized to get going. I mean, you know, the Aries energy has really sparked a fire under a lot of us. And a lot of us are really expressing ourselves creatively. We are starting new projects. You know, many of us are starting new blogs. Many of us are, you know, creatively, we're creating art, music. Maybe some of us started baking. Maybe some of us are cooking, trying to start a business. There's a lot going on, but we're doing that in addition to our regular lives, in addition to our regular responsibilities. And it's fun, you know, and we feel really good about it. But the stress card is coming up as a reminder to just take a moment to breathe. And it kind of goes along with the card at the bottom of the deck, which we got was slow down, right? So in this card, this is just a reminder saying you don't have to go 100 miles an hour. Take your time with it, slow down. It is exciting and it is invigorating, but if we aren't careful with ourselves and we go too fast, then we will run up against this little monkey who's going to pop our balloons. And then what? Everything is just going to kind of just go up in the air. So maintain a nice steady pace. Be honest with yourself about how much you can do or how much you can give to these new projects or these new opportunities that you're literally giving birth to. So just manage your stress and be really careful with it. So crowning over the deck is maturity. Okay, I'm going to show it upright. It did come up reverse. Okay. But maturity is the Ace of Rainbows in this deck, which is synonymous with the Ace of Pentacles in the regular tarot. When maturity comes to us, it is a gift. It is a gift from the universe acknowledging all of our hard work. Let me show it the correct way because it did come up reverse. It is a gift from the universe acknowledging all of the hard work that we have done thus far. Many of us, like I said, have done all of our shadow work. We've released a lot of old wounds, old relationships, toxic habits, you know, toxic ways of thinking. We've done a lot of that work. And it was hard and it was tough. But now we are in a place where we are being rewarded and the universe is recognizing everything that you've done. The only thing is it came up reverse, so there may be something internally blocking us. And it might be something minor. I mean, we've done a lot of work. I'm getting that this isn't anything major. This is just last remnants of things, you know, because if it had come up upright, I don't think we would have gotten the fighting card. So there is something here, and this is both internal. There's something here that we're still struggling with internally that is not allowing this to come in fully, okay? So just get clear with what this conflict is and what it means to you, because once this is cleared up, then the maturity card and the universe will fully respond to you. And everything that you are working on, everything that you are calling into your life will come into you tenfold. Okay? So just something to think about. But yeah, we've got to figure out what this conflict is. And it came up upright, so this is directly for you. All right? Okay. So what I'd like to do next is I like to use the Untamed Truth Oracle cards. These are a really cool set of cards. Ooh, oh my goodness. So I'm going to do a 5-card spread as well. They are really popping today. All right, I just need 2 more. I will say that right now at the center of the deck is conflict. So there is some synchronicity between this oracle deck and the tarot. So many of us are in conflict with ourselves, or we are experiencing something that's going on that needs to be cleared up. I'll take this one. Okay. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is emotion. Okay. I see this in a variety of ways. Emotion to me in this deck represents the ultimate Pisces card. You have the moon, you have water, and to me this represents a lot of psychic energy, a lot of intuition, a lot of spiritual energy going on as well. So I think right now that many of us, like I said, many of us are divinely guided. And on the previous card we had maturity, which said you are divinely guided, you are divinely supported, and the universe recognizes all the hard work you've done, and they are trying to reward you. So just accept the gifts and rewards. But in order for that to go upright, we have to clear that conflict. So let me show it to you this way. So first card that came out is conflict. Okay? Again, we got the fighting card in the Osho Zen. So right there, that's demonstrating a synchronicity. Okay? So conflict. Second card that came up reversed, is bloom. Okay? Then we have the imagination card in reverse. Fourth is the love card in reverse. Fifth is faith in reverse. Okay, so there's a lot of reversals, and the way I interpret reversals is it's internal struggles and strifes within ourselves. It's not necessarily anything bad. It's just there's some things that we've got to get clear. Okay, so like I already said, conflict is at the center of this deck, center of this reading. So we've got bloom. Bloom is telling us, don't be afraid to be who you are. It is your time to bloom. It is your time to be who you are. It is your time to show your truth. And this represents expanded ideas, expanded way of thinking. And it really represents authenticity. And it's interesting because we got that in the projections where it's saying, don't be afraid to be who you are. Come out from behind the masks and show yourselves, right? But since it's reversed, I think that some of us are still a little bit afraid to really fully step out there. We got imagination. Imagination is telling us, really get creative, expand your mind. This is the perfect time for you right now. Sky's the limit. Anything you want, just ask for it. You are fully supported. But it's reversed. So there is something going on with you all that needs to be clarified, needs to be cleared out, needs to be dealt with, okay? Love. Love came out reversed as well. But if some of you all are calling in a new relationship or trying to come into union with your twin, maybe some of you are out of union, or maybe some of you are single and are trying to, find that ultimate love or that true love, got to open your hearts. The love card represents our heart chakra as well. And because it's reversed, that means that we're closed off. And, juxtaposed with the conflict at the center of this reading, we've got to get clear on what this conflict is. And lastly is faith. Came up reversed. Y'all, don't lose faith. Seriously, keep the faith up. Keep it strong. Because if You got to believe in the universe. You got to believe in the process. Believe that everything that's happening to you right now is in divine order. And it may be hard and may be challenging, and maybe what some of this conflict is and what some of this fighting is that, you know, you're having to have those difficult conversations or release people. But you never know what can result of that. It can be something really good, but you cannot lose faith. I mean, look at that. You know, this should be upright. If it's upright, it's showing a beautiful forest way up on top, deeply rooted into the earth. Deep, deep roots. You are supported. So just go with inside, meditate, journal. Don't be afraid, you guys. Don't be afraid. This is just an honest reading, helping us clear out that energy. Okay? So some of us have a little bit more work to do, but it's all good. Because, like I said, everything you want is there. You are blooming, and the universe is supporting you. The universe recognizes your hard work. So keep going. Keep doing you. Keep being you. Keep pushing forward and bloom. We don't want this in the upside down. We want this to be upright. This is your truth. This represents you. You are blooming. You are a beautiful flower that is blooming to show the world your creativity, your spirituality, your inner beauty, your selfless service to others, your healing message. I mean, many of you are doing so many cool creative things. Just don't be afraid, to let that come out. Okay. So let's see what the shamans would like to share with us. Okay, got two. So with the shamanic oracle, what I'm going to probably do for you all is read the exact messages, so that way they don't come out misconstrued or convoluted. I just need one more, because I find that the messages for these cards are extremely healing. And since this is a general healing message, I want to make sure that you guys really get the message that you're supposed to get. You're not here by an accident. You found my channel. You found my channel, and it means that you're supposed to be here. So this one does not want to come out. Okay, one more card, please. Only got several. I will take this one that came out. Okay. So we've got one invitation and two cards of medicine. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and read what these mean to you, because this is the good stuff. And I don't want this to get lost on y'all. Okay, so the first card that came out is the Witness. Came out upright. I don't know if you can see her. Okay. So the Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we are able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. Then through our presence, they receive their own answers. This I find interesting, okay? That this is just the description of the card, because I think this is kind of our answer for the conflict and the fighting that we're getting. So I talked to you earlier about how our up-leveling may be creating external conflict with our friends, family, co-workers, romantic partners, etc. Because perhaps you are now being that mirror. And it's forcing them to look at themselves and identify their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities, areas that they need to do the work. Yeah, this is cool. This is really cool that's coming out. Okay, so the invitation is the witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of the way. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true intent reveal itself. So get out of your own way, get out of the way of what's happening, allow things to happen, and just be still. Remember, bottom of the deck of the tarot is slowing down, okay? Because many of us have a lot of things going on, and we got the stress card, which talked about, hey, be careful because your situation is fragile. It can pop, and there goes everything. So, yeah. So witness, get still. You are being the mirror for the others, because now they're seeing their own weaknesses and vulnerabilities through your own up-leveling. In the middle, we've got the Luminous Warrior. And he came in reversed, so this is medicine. And I love medicine. It is, the messages that come through as medicine are just like so right on. So I'm hoping that this works out for you all too. So the Luminous Warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He is impeccable. I'm going to show this to you all. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since he casts no shadow, he is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. Remember, we're talking about projections here. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. And it's not about turning those who you're in conflict in, it's not about turning those who you're in conflict into your enemies. It's about building bridges, turning them, reestablishing that friendship, reestablishing that connection, cultivating allies. So the Luminous Warrior, for his medicine, is offering you this. You are being tempted by your Are you being tempted by your emotions to follow your lower instincts? Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Conflict, right here. Put your sword away. This is not the time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. Do not act from a place of anger. That will damage your relationships and hurt the ones you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than for war. Y'all, oh my gosh. It's coming. You have to come from a place of love to heal the conflict. And you've got to come forward in your truth, right? This is really something. This is a great reading for you guys. I'm really excited for you all. And lastly, we have Taming the Wind, 55. Let me just flip through that. I'm going to read it to you because this is some good stuff here. Okay. Came up reversed, but I'm going to just show it upright, okay? Here the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good for all. Okay, so that's what this card represents. It's coming into alignment with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. So you are in alignment right now. We are seeing that with the maturity card. It came out, the universe recognizes everything that you've done and you are in an alignment. So it's a head nod from the universe saying, yes, we see you, we hear you, we are gifting you, we're supporting you, and we're helping you up level to your next journey. The medicine. It's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things. You are called now to be a good listener. This is not a time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than to be understood. Good things come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for all sides to have value. Amazing. So yes, it sounds like ultimately to clear this conflict, crucial conversation, that hard conversation, but approach it in a gentle manner, approach it from a place of love, a place of respect. And this is not a time for you to be the talker. Maybe state your concerns, state what's not working for you, but allow that other person an opportunity to speak from their point of view, share their perspective. You don't have to agree with it. Right now, you just have to listen. You have to listen, soak it in, let it sit with you, and then allow a few days to pass before you offer a response. So that's how you're going to fix this conflict, come into alignment, clear the air, so that way you can move forward with what it is that you are trying to do. So for those of you in a relationship, you might be wondering what your divine masculine and feminine have to say. I'm going to pull some cards for the divine masculine. This is the Pure Love deck. We'll see what the messages come out. Masculine would like to share to his feminine, please forgive me. Okay. I'm going to pull one more for the masculine. Oh, well. Oh, dear. Okay. Lots going on. People have a lot of things to say, apparently, to their masculines and feminines. All right. Just one more for the masculine, please. What does the masculine want to tell his feminine? Two cards came out, so we'll take him. Please forgive me. We are forever connected, and I wish you were with me. Okay? So it sounds like some of you may be out of union right now with your masculine. He wants you to forgive him. He wishes you were there. And he feels that you all are forever connected. Okay? So to fix your conflict that has been coming up as a central theme of this reading, use the Taming of the Wind energy to get still and to be a great listener. Okay? Okay, feminine to the masculine. What do feminines want to say to their masculines? I normally like to pull two, but we'll see what comes out. This is feminine's message to her masculine. Feminine's message to her masculine, please. Okay. You may just have to split the deck and take the cards from the top. Yep, got one. It is perfect timing for us now. Okay, let's get one more. It could mean that it is perfect timing for you all to have that crucial conversation, right? So whatever's going on, just leverage the energy. We have the Libra energy that's all about relationships and community. These are getting jumbled. So, yeah, and then just be mindful with how you deliver your messages, because we still are in retrograde till Saturday. So just be mindful of that. Just be gentle with your masculine. Be gentle with your message. He wants to come in and seek your forgiveness, so just be understanding with that. Okay. look for signs of her love around you. Okay? So I'm getting the fact that many of you probably, the messages that are coming through for you, again, this may not resonate for everybody, but this is for somebody, is that it's perfect timing for you all right now, and look for signs of your love around you. And then this one wanted to come out as well, and it says, I'm sorry I hurt you. Okay, so they're sorry. They really want your forgiveness, and they know they did wrong. So hear them out, allow them that safe space to come forward to you, and let them know what happened. Let them know how you feel hurt or perhaps feel wronged, and just sort of state the facts in a non-accusatory manner. Be gentle, be loving, and then just sit back and allow them to speak to you. Allow them to express what needs to come up. Men have a lot of trouble, really opening up their heart chakra and being vulnerable. So when they do that, it's a gift. It doesn't happen very often, but when they show up with the message of, I forgive you, and I wish you were here, and we are forever connected, listen. Okay? Listen. Welcome it in. This is a gift. And from other people that I've been speaking to, a lot of people right now are really reconciling a lot of their differences. So, yeah, y'all keep in touch. Let me know what's going on. I'm very excited to see what y'all are working on and how things are turning out for you. I'm going to close this reading with the Nature's Whispers pull. This is a beautiful oracle deck by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. The artwork in this deck is so stunning. So I just love to pull it because it's a nice way to end the reading, and it always has an uplifting message, and the imagery and artwork is always spectacular and beautiful. So it's already been a great reading. I feel like you've got a lot of good advice and good messages coming through for you on how to move forward and clear those blocks. This is perfect. Open your heart. Doesn't get any more synchronistic than that. Open your heart, okay? Open your heart, love your person, love who you are, and by doing so, you will be opening yourself up to the divine to receive those final messages, because the divine is gifting you. The universe is gifting you with this maturity card. You've done your work. They acknowledge it. They're recognizing it. You just have to get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Have those difficult conversations with love, safe and supportive energy. And I think you all will be pleasantly surprised by the outcome. So you all have a great week. It's the end of March. I'll see you all in April. All right? Take care. Bye.